Hey guys, 13 Todd here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make these adorable Mike Wazowski Rainbow Loom Charms. They're so cute and easy to make, and I just love them. So, let's get started. For this project, you will need a rainbow loom, your hook, some light green or lime green rubber bands, some yellow rubber bands, or you can use a cream color or a brown, because those are meant for the horns, which Mike has. Then you will need 2 C-clips, or whatever kind of clips you want to use, some tacky glue, or any other type of glue that you really want to use or have, and a googly eye. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is make sure that your pegs are lined up and all your arrows are facing away from you. We're going to be starting making the arms, legs, and horns for Mike. So what you want to do is you want to take 2 light green or lime green bands, and you want to go from the first peg to the second peg, just like that. And then you want to go from the second peg to the third peg. Then you want to go from the third to the fourth, and then from the fourth to the fifth. And surprisingly, you are almost done with your first arm or leg. Now that you have your 4, you're going to put a cap band on your peg over here. So what I like to do is just twist it around the loom like this, or you can use your hook and twist it around and then put it on. So this is kind of hard for me to show you guys, but so you're just going to take it and like put an X, and that's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do it about 4 times around, because it gives your arms more of like a point kind, or like a nice rounded edge. And so yeah, you're really going to repeat this step 3 more times too. And then once you get to this step, what you want to do is go in, or pull your cap band back a little and hook the bottom 2 bands, because that's this band right here that you just hooked, and you're going to pull it over and forward. Then you're going to go in and get these 2, pull it forward, loop it to the next one, go in, loop these 2, bring it to the next peg, and then go in, grab both of them, and loop it to the next one. And then you're going to do this exact step 3 more times, and then after, when you're done, you're just going to take it off, and this part you need a little help with because it's the little bit harder part. And then once you have it on your loom, I actually went ahead a little bit and made my other ones, and I just attached them to this side of the loom. So I'm just going to put that one right over that peg, like so. And so it's just on the opposite side. And then now we're going to work on the little horns. The horns are I'm going to use this yellowish color, but again, if you have like a light brown or something, that can work too, or even just regular yellow, but all I have is this lighter color. So that's what I'm going to use. So you're going to take 2 and start with your arrows facing away from you, and you're going to go from the first peg to the second peg, grab 2 more, then go from the second to the third. And that is pretty much it. And now you're just going to do a cap band, and you're going to want to tie it around 5 times if you can, or just really as many times as you can, but 5 I think at the most. So I'm just going to put this around 2, 3, 4, 5. So I was able to get it around 5 times. So this is going to make it difficult to get the bottom. So what you want to do is make sure this is all the way down so you can see the difference. And then when you put your hook in, you know where to grab the 2, and you just pull them up and onto the next one. And then like the other ones, there's just 2 inside here. Hook them and put them onto the next one. And now you're going to make 1 more of those and take it off your loom. And what you could do, instead of putting them on the end like this, you can just leave them on your loom, or not your loom. Instead, if you want to just leave them on your loom, you can. If you want to leave them on your hook, you can too. Just push them to the end. Just make sure your horns are on the inside, so do those first. But I just like leaving them on my loom, because then they're not in my way. I'm just going to put this one on the middle one. Alright, so now that we have those, we are ready to do the body part. So, I'm going to have it, actually I'm going to have it facing you guys so you guys can see this. So, the first thing you want to do is still you're going to keep using 2 rubber bands at a time. So, you're going to take 2 lime green ones and go from the center pin on a diagonal to the second pin on the right. So first middle to second right. And then you want to go from that second peg on the right to the third peg. Then you want to go from the third to the fourth. I'll turn this so you can see it. So you just went from the third to the fourth. Now you want to go from the fourth to the fifth, and then the fifth to the sixth. So you should have a diagonal and then 4 straight. Then you could push them down. And then you want to take 2 more and go diagonal back in to the center. Now you want to go back where you were. And I'm actually going to face this way. So I'm doing a lot of different turnings so you guys can just see where I'm dealing with, what I'm dealing with. So now you're going to go from or here. I'll just leave it like this because this is going to get confusing. So now you're going to go on the other diagonal, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. Go from the second to the third, the third to the fourth. Whoops, not going on. The fourth to the fifth, and that is 3 rubber bands that I accidentally have. So fifth to the fourth, or fourth to the fifth, and then fifth to the sixth, and then back inwards. I hope this is helping you guys, because I know I might sound a little confusing, but I'm trying. So here's what it looks like. I'll show you. So it should look like that. Very simple and easy so far, which is good. We like simple and easy. So this is going to be your head. So I like the, oh, whoops. I should have probably said this earlier, but I usually keep the red in the middle, which most of yours I think would be. And that's how I remember that this is the head of my little dude. So that always helps. So now we're going to work on the inside of his body. As you can see, we pretty much just did around the whole outside, and then we have to do the inside. And the black little mouthpiece comes at the very end, so we're not going to deal with putting that in the regular circle. So now what you want to do is go from the middle, and again you're using 2, and go straight up. So straight up, just 1. And then you're going to go from here, this is trying to make this easiest for you guys to see. Then you're going to go to the right from that middle peg that you had just put it on. Then you're going to go from that middle up, and from the middle to the side. So here I'll show you. So I went from this middle up, then I went to the right, so here to here, then I went up, then I went to the left. So I kind of made a cross. So I went up, side, and now you're going to come here and go up one more. So I went from here to here. Can't grab anymore. And then you want to go from that middle where you just came from to the right. Then you're going to want to go up. I'm going to push these down just a little bit. So you went up from this peg to this peg, and then go back to the left. So again, so I went up to the side, up, and then to this side. Then this is the one where I came up. So I went up again, then to the right, then up, and then to the left. So it kind of makes a cross. And then you're going to do that one more time on the top up here. Just for time's sake, I went ahead and did it myself. So all I did was go up again, to the right, up, and then to the left. And then your top should all align with your diagonal. And that's how you pretty much know you did it right. And now it is time to put on our arms and our little horns. So this is actually the top of the head that we're looking at right now, with your arrow facing away from you. So mine's facing that way. And so what I'm going to do is, here's one of my feet, and I'm going to put it on this peg all the way down here. And I know you couldn't just see that, but it is so here's your head, so and then here's the bottom of it. So you want to put it on the first, like, square kind of, I guess. Like, not on the diagonal, but on the first, like, main one. And then you want to put another one on the other side. So right over here. And then that is the bottom. So if you were actually looking at it like straight on, it would look like that. But we're looking at it upside down right now, which is kind of confusing, but if you just remember, you'll be fine. And then for the arms, okay, for the arms, you can decide where you want your arms at. Let me show you. It depends on like where you want them, but I usually like them kind of in the middle. So it's like the lower middle. So I usually just go, let's see if I did the same thing for that. Yeah, okay. So I keep saying so like a million times. Where you see in the center band, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to go in the dead center one, and then do it on the other side. So remember, this is the top of the head, and then you go 1 row, 2 row, third is your hands, skip 1, and then you have your feet. Another easy way, if you want to first, you can put the horns on, and then you just go on your top one, like where your feet go, but on the head part, on that first diagonal up here. that's where those go. So let me just get that on there. So there you go, and I'll show you a little farther out version in a second. And here's it backed up a little bit, going from like the head down. But if you really want a good look, here's it upside down, but with your arrow facing away from you. So you have your horns, skip one, your arms, skip one, your feet. So I think that's the easiest way to remember that. And now you're actually ready to start hooking. Alrighty, this is like the moment of truth here. The whole looping, it's really where it all happens. So we've been working this way the whole time, so now you want to flip your loom around, and I know it's really bad because like there we go, I don't know if that helped at all. It might help a little, not really. Yeah, maybe? We're going to go with it. So you want to put a cap band on this one in the middle. It might be hard because you are working kind of in the middle of the band, but it shouldn't be too bad. And I just moved the camera. So you want to wrap it around at least 3 times. And I will show you why in a second. Alright, real quick. Let's see the one. Okay, this is the one where I only looped it twice. And you see it has a little hole right here, and I didn't really want that, so here I wrapped it around at least 3 or 4 times, and that hole disappeared and it became fuller, which I like. And then with this one also, I only doubled I only doubled the bottom on the arms and stuff. Well, for some of them, the bottom too I didn't, but the arms I did, and I like the arms a lot better, and you don't have these little pieces that kind of fly out over here. So now that you have the cap band on, this mainly is going under your cap band, grabbing the top 2 bands, and like follow the direction they go in. So we're going to deal with the middle crossing areas, from like the top where we went up, and then to the side, and then up again, and then to the other side. What you're going to do is pull back. I'm going to do this from the side, it might be a little easier. Pull back your cap band, grab the top 2 bands, go over, and those should be the ones that go straight forward. Then you're not going to deal with your diagonal pieces yet, you're going to wait till the end. Now, let me just push these down real quick. Now you're going to go right here, and there's no cap band here, so you don't have to go under anything, but grab the top 2 bands, and those should be going to your right, which is kind of weird because I'm in a diagonal right now, but they should be going to your right. Just easier for you guys to see this way. And then you want to go in again, grab the next 2. If I can find the next 2. There we go. And they should be going to the left. And then go in there again, and this next one should be going straight forward. And that's what it looks like. So you have like a nice hole right here, I guess, which will disappear, I promise. Then you want to go in again and just loop forward. There's no cap band here, so you're just going to take the top 2, which should be going to the right, or whichever way you did first, they could be going to the left. Just follow the direction in which they came from, pretty much. Then take the next top 2, which mine go to the left. There's a lot of bands on this one, so just be careful that they don't fall off. Like the ones with the legs, they have a lot of rubber bands on them. Then you want to go in and pull the last 2 forward. And then the same thing for the top one, I'm just going to skip it to save a little bit. So for the diagonal, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just going to go in and pull this back, and pull out the top two bands, and then I hook it to the right because that's where it came from, and then I just go all the way up and do the same thing and go into the center. So it's kind of just like if you were doing a regular like starburst, finishing up the sides. So like with something like this right here, I'm going to turn it to the side. You're going to pull all these top ones out of the way and get the bottom two and go forward. So you're always just getting the bottom two bands. I'm taking this one and going forward, going in underneath all of these, grabbing the bottom two and going forward. This one going all the way in. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Grabbing the bottom two and coming forward. And this one take into the middle. And then you do the same thing on the other side and meet it in the middle up here. So I just went up the sides here. Alright, so for time's sake, I just quickly finished off the other side. And what I did notice is that on, I think it was this side, I forgot to like loop one of these. So if any guys caught that, congrats. Just don't forget to do that. And I had to go back and it caused a lot of mess. But it's all fixed now, so just make sure you loop everything, otherwise it's going to totally screw you up. Good thing I caught it though. So now what you want to do is I'm just going to add like the little hook up here on top. And so what I'm going to do is loop my hook through, if I can stop shaking, and take my green rubber band through. So I looped it through. And now you want to put them both on your finger. But see, the one on your hook you want to push farther back and hold it there. And then just take this one and pull it up. And you will form a little knot. See, there's a little knot that formed. And that's what you want. And I didn't loop all of the rubber bands on it. So it's easy, if you miss some like I did, to take it off. Or if you just wanted to use a C-clip, that works too. I'm going to make sure I loop all the rubber bands this time. Put it through, pull it up. So here you go again, I'm going to show you. Put it on your finger. Take the one that's on the hook, and also put it on your finger, but put it past the other one and hold it there. And then grab the one closest to your fingernail and pull it straight up. And that way you have a knot. Don't pull it too tight, otherwise you'll break it. And so now I'm going to start unhooking it because you're all done. And I like to use my hook to help me out because there's so many rubber bands. And it's just easier if you help it out. See, here is where you can get a little help. It's mainly where there's a lot of rubber bands. And then on the last one, just help it up and over. And there you go, and you could just pull this for a little extra. And right now the body's like this, so you just pull everything, pull the legs down a bit so they have that kind of shape. Now I'm going to show you how to do the mouth part. And the mouth is quite simple too. So what you want to do is you want to do it on the bottoms here. And whenever I pull, see these two holes that I'm kind of creating right here and right here? That's where I'm going to kind of put that through. So I'm going to take my rubber band and put it through one of the holes. So here, and then I'm holding it in the back here See, I'm like holding it down. And then you want to poke your little hook through the other hole, grab the black band, and kind of pull it through that hole. You see how I did that? Whoops, and I just lost it. I didn't hold on to it good enough, but okay. So hold on. So pick a hole that you see and put it through. And then this is the back side, so you can put a C-clip on this hook. So you got a C-clip on it, and now take it from, now it's in the front, and just make sure your C-clip doesn't come undone. And I'm going to go through a hole, another hole in the front, so this is, or the back, and grab or hook it from the front, hook the black, and pull it in. So what I did was, here I'll show you one more time. This is the front, and I put my hook through the back, and I hooked on to this black piece and just pulled it into the back. So now I have it hooked on, and I'm just going to put it on my C-clip. I always have trouble doing this on camera. There we go. So it's just C-clipped into the back, and just stretch it out a bit, and you have your little smiley face. And now the easiest part, I think, is you take your tacky glue or whatever kind of glue you have and put some on your little eye. If it'll come out. Come on. There you go. And just put it somewhere in the middle. And voila. He's so cute. Now I got 3 of them. Oh yeah. There's 1, 2, and 3. Booyah. Rocking the Mike Wazowskis. They're so cute and adorable, and I just love them so much, and I've never seen anyone make them, so this is a design that I came up with myself, so hopefully this helped, and not too confusing, I hope, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Mike, well, all 3 mics really appreciate it, and yeah, see you guys in my next video. Dun, 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 dun. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And leave a big thumbs up.